Yeah. Cool. Hi guys, and welcome back to the Uninkable Dads podcast. And this week we have our flavor text game reveal from last week. We'll be going through some listener questions where we have the local master of Green Purple on to help us through the Green Purple budget deck. We'll be talking about some games we played over the weekend and a cheeky little public service announcement, so just stay tuned for that one.
Okay, so did you get our flavour text from last week? So remember we said it was a card that had been on the episode, and the flavour text was, I don't want much, just the most powerful lore. So somebody that's hungry for power, hungry for lore in Lorcana, and this was the double singing Ursula. So the green 3-drop Ursula in the green steel budget deck that FPS Madness bought you last week.
Yeah, we did actually have a correct guess for this as well, which was nice. I thought this was a bit of a hard one. It's there's a few characters that you could quite easily think this could be, so it was a good one. And yeah, congratulations to me and my shoes who got it first time. So very nice. So from there we go on to our listener questions, and I will introduce you to our what we call the Green Purple Master at our local store. It's Chris. So welcome, Chris.
Hey guys, how are we doing?
Not too bad, thank you. So we had the listener question of a green-purple starter, not starter deck, but a budget deck. And we thought, who's better to ask than yourself? So you've kindly sent us over one, which, to be honest with you, I think does look very powerful and very strong for something that is a budget deck. So I'll let you, talk us through it, if you don't mind.
Well, the main thing is going to try and make it a budget deck, because if you look at green purple, and I mean this week alone, I think I've gone through 4 or 5 different iterations. But with the green purple, some of the cards and some of the decks, it just gets really pricey, because you can either do, I mean, in the current meta, you got the Diablo deck, the discard, but then Diablo. It's what, about 30? I think it's now down to about £30 per card.
Somewhere around there,
yeah. The budget explodes. Or you can play the Clarabelle route. Again, Clarabelles are about £10-15 per card. That kind of explodes. So, which way do we go? So, I've kind of put something together, and this is the problem, it's trying to want to play some of the newer cards as well. So yeah, tinkering about. It's kind of the standard. It's quite heavily teched into steel as well.
Yeah.
Because I need those bulky characters. So if we're starting off with the 1-cost characters, you'll notice a bit different from normal. But we've got the old Little John.
Yeah.
Just to survive. Then also we've got a bit of a new inclusion that I'm running in my main deck. Fairy Ship. Actually very good card. So if you start the game, you either want something with so much blue steel prevalent, you either need it to not die, like Little John or Fairy Ship, or if it does die, like Diablo, then you're drawing a card. And with so many, it gets quite annoying. Popsicle, Bell. Next turn, Storm Rage on, and then suddenly you're already at a bit of a tempo loss, and then suddenly things start swinging, and it just gets worse from there. So we've got those kind of 1-drops to kind of facilitate you keep sticking on the board mainly. Then
Makes sense.
We've got the standard kind of bounce package. You got the Mims, cookie cutter kind of stuff. You've got the goats, you got the crab, the MVP crab. You got the 4 Ursula. You need the 4 Ursula in this meta with so much steel going around. Pretty much nearly every against blue steel especially. Every turn 2, you want to be playing a nice old Ursula, trying to rip however many songs you can out their hand. You've got the Go-Go's as well. Go-Go is just MVP on so many occasions.
Yeah, it's very good late game, and it's a very good finisher. Go.
So several characters got quite a lot of willpower, so that's going to help with the go, right?
Oh, definitely, definitely. One of the when I've been testing quite a bit as well, one thing I found that I'd never really been playing much before, Madam Mim Elephant.
Oh, okay. So
So
Madam
it's
and
only
Elephant is a 4-cost inkable 3/7. The quest for 1 and abilities. A little game. When you play this character, banish her or return the chosen character to your hand. So that's the same as like Fox and Snake. And the second ability is Sneaky Move. At the start of your turn, you may move up to 2 damage counters from this character to chosen opposing. So every start of every turn. Okay.
so especially against Blue Steel, you've got all these bells out, you've got Lawrence's out and whatnot.
Mm.
So if you get this on board, then you can quite comfortably trade it into one of the bells. Then they literally have to trade in, otherwise you're kind of resetting the damage almost.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
kind
you're
of
gonna
removing two.
take it off and put it on something else.
Yeah, definitely.
2 moving is quite powerful as well when you think about it, because that would go through resist. So therefore, you can move it onto a Calhoun, for instance.
Well, that is one of the main things that I've been doing because that Calhoun, what you find is sometimes there's like a little bit of a locked board state.
Mm.
But if you've got a 7 willpower character questing, um, I mean they've got to run at least a good couple of things in to get rid of it. So 90% of the time, it's like a nice 2-for-1 trade.
So I'm interrupting your regular broadcast just for a quick clarification for our regular listeners who may not know who Calhoun is. So if you've been listening to us regularly, Calhoun is the 2-drop steel card known as Calhan, who gains 2 lore when she banishes another character. So for those listening on Spotify and confused by Michael saying Calhoun, just think Michael's still saying Callahan.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
You got Thomas O'Malley. Thomas O'Malley's quite nice. He kind of he's kind of two purposes. Again, kind of sitting on the board, trying to take those opportunistic trades. You
Yeah.
can't storm him or anything. But most importantly, in the blue red match, um, you kind of put him on the board when you think you're gonna about to be Sisu'd.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
So if CISO does come down, because let's say they're at 10 law or something like that, then they get Sisu down, then they quest a couple of times, then suddenly they're up to 16, and then suddenly you got no chance. But if you got Thomas O'Malley on board, get Sisu, then they can quest, but they're only going to be questing once at most.
Yeah. Is Sisu's a 5/4, isn't she?
5-4.
Yeah. So it trades
Sisu's
with
a
Sisu.
5/4,
Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
so it trades with Sisu.
Nice.
Very nice. And then
This is probably a card that not many people have tried or played with. So I've been having a multitude of decks with this card, and it's never a turn 5 play. It's never ever a turn 5
okay.
play. What it is, it's you need a character or two to be on board, ideally a 2 cost. And what I have been doing is you play it on like turn 6, so you put it down. So when you have 6 ink, so you put it down, then you're inking something, and then you can bounce something to your hand to then draw another card. Which
I suppose when you look at what 2-cost characters you got in this, that could be
Mhm.
quite impactful. If you're bouncing back a Go-Go to replay or a Mother Gothel, that's that is ball present swing as well at the same time.
and Ursula as
Good
well.
stuff. Yep.
And what one of my favorite kind of plays is if I've just bounced something with Mim Snake, I'll have Mim Snake kind of sitting on board. Then you
Hmm.
can pretty much then bounce the snake back, and then because there's so many characters with on-play effects, you've got Cricky, you've got Elsa, you got the Merlins to get you lore or draw a card. You got the Mother Gothel to send stuff back to your hand. The Go-Go to do extra damage and stuff. It's just
So you could quite easily, play out the mim, bounce something back, add something to your ink, bounce the mim back, and then repeat it all over again.
And as well as that, what I found was a bit sneaky and a bit evil is I think at one point I was running more locations. There's the 2 cost location. I think it's Forbidden Mountain.
Okay, yeah.
It's a
Yep.
I think it's a
So 6.
6 willpower game 1 lore. So what I was doing was I'd have a couple of those on board and the opponent would be like hitting into them. So then I'd ink a card, bounce them to my hand, and then just play them again. So basically resetting all their damage.
Oh, because you can bounce
So
locations, right? Yeah, I'm with you.
yeah, so
Oh,
that was
nice.
quite fun as well. Yeah, because you can bounce locations, items, everything.
And you can bounce
Okay.
it's yours or the opponent's, right? So in a pinch,
Yeah.
It is, yes.
you could bounce an opposing.
A Met Dark or a Queen's Castle.
Or a dime or something. If they've got like Tamatoa on board and there's like well, depending on how much ink they've got, but yeah, if they're about to do some kind of dime craziness, you could.
But the thing is, even if they have got loads of ink, they've still got to pay it, haven't they? That's the thing. Unless they've got
Yes.
the new 6-cost Tamatoa on board where they can play it for free, they've still got to pay that ink cost. So it's still going to slow them down at some point. So, yeah. Like I say, it could definitely get you out of a pinch.
And it quests
Yeah.
for 2, and what I found as well in some cases, I mean, it's got 4 health, so you can crab it and send it into something. Not ideal,
Nice.
but like a bit of a pinch, and it can survive.
No, I like it. I like
Yeah.
it. And the best thing about all this is, go on then, reveal the price.
The price is, I think, about 40 quid. So yes, I think it's about $48.
Yeah.
So it's which converts to about 40 GBP. So it is a
Somewhere around
very
there, isn't it? Yeah.
affordable deck.
Yeah.
A very affordable deck.
And this is a really fun deck, I think, if you wanted to get into Lorcana, because it's got quite a few different lines of play in it, as you've sort of talked us through. It's got a bit of questing, it's got some challenging, it's got some other mechanics to think about with the go-go, the bounce mechanics. So yeah, so I like it. So for somebody, I think it's a deck you could pick up and start playing quite quickly, but then a deck that would make you think over time and really help you to improve your gameplay through the fact that you've got all these different mechanics that you can take advantage of.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of those
definitely.
ones where there's lots going on. So the more you were kind of going through it, there's kind of lots to learn about it. And actually there's it's quite the upgrades that you can do, because at the moment, I mean, been playing something very similar today, with only a few tweaks. For example, like I've got 4 genies in. I've just kind of tweaked some of the numbers, like Thomas O'Malley's, like I've got 2, and then some of the Gothels I've got 2, and then 2 whales just for 4 genies. So it's quite some of the ratios and things can kind of be tweaked, and you can put in the more slightly expensive cards if you want.
Yeah, but that's it. Like you say, it's quite easy to play around with and take bits out and put others in. If if you do want to stretch out, if you enjoy playing this deck and want to move on to expanding it further, like you say, the obviously we do recommend trying all decks on Lorcanito before going out and buying the cards if you don't have them already, just to make sure it is your style of deck. But I think this again is also one of those ones that I think could be quite good for new players as well, because there's a lot of lines to learn here as well. You've got the idea of Diablo, the 1 cost. So you've got who, whenever he's banished, you draw a card. So a lot of the plays that people are doing now is using the grab to give Diablo +3, then using Diablo to take something out and draw a card. So you've got that element of using a 2-card combo, but then you go even
And
further and you've got Merlin
the Mim as
Bounce.
well. You've also got my mischievous.
Yes. Sorry, yeah. So Madam Mim, tiny adversary, is it?
Yeah,
It's hard to
I think
read.
it's
It's
tiny adversary,
quite small
yeah.
here.
Small.
But she's gives all your other characters Challenger 1. So whenever Diablo challenges, he hits for 1. So if you then crab it, it's hitting for 4. And if you have 2 of these on board, it hits for 5. So yeah, That's been quite a nice card. You've been playing that at locals, and it's been one of those cards that you have to sit there and do some maths, and you're like, oh, I can't challenge that because of this, and I can't do that. So, but yeah, no, that's it's definitely nice.
Gets rid of Maleficence far too easily.
Yeah, well, I'm glad we don't see the bouncy cat in here, you know. So the Yzma cat that just decides to go back and forth.
So that's another. So yeah, there's what I love about green purple is just there's so many different versions. You know, at the moment you got the like. I've been running the Diablo discard. I've been running a version of this. I've been running a version of this kind of with less draw, but with the Cloudwell package. I've been running the Yzma Kronk discard with the cats.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I love about green purple. You can just go so many. There's such variety, and it's just fun.
no, very nice. Well, thank you very much for bringing us the budget deck. You know, like I said, that is, I think, for us the first what I'd call proper budget deck, because my green steel budget deck last week was, you know, just over 100. So that's it's but then
No,
green
that
steel on a budget
yeah.
isn't easy. So
No, well,
but yeah,
green's still on a budget. Yeah, you need the Diablos.
yes, yeah, that is the biggest issue with that deck. So I built it in the way of Merfolk and Flynn and stuff like that, but it's you know, it's never going to hold up really until you step up that one game with it.
Yeah, the discard's hard because I was testing a green purple without the Diablos, and then I had a few Prince Johns, and you got that new 3/1 where if they challenge, it's like a Curse Merfolk. They discard a
Mm,
card, and then I was putting in some Friar Tucks as well, synergy with the Kronk, but it's difficult.
yeah. And then also from there, obviously we obviously know you from locals, but we actually had an event around your house over the weekend. So I'll leave the gameplay running in the background. You actually you had some streaming going on. So this was me versus one of our other locals, Ryan. And yeah, so you had a little streaming room set up, which was quite nice. Which, you know, streamed into your front room, so the rest of us could watch while we were playing. So we all really enjoyed it, you know. So that was definitely a massive thank you to you, and we just wanted to bring it up as don't forget, people, you can, you know, as much as locals is always great, if you don't have chance to get down to locals, or if you've got enough of you, you can quite easily organise little events here and there, which work really well. So
Yeah, it was really good fun, and you know, Chris set it up on Melee as well, so we had the full sort of tournament style going on, as you say, but in a really chilled, relaxed atmosphere, because we knew we could take our time. Green Purple Master and an ultimate tournament host, because Chris had laid on snacks and pizzas and everything you could have wanted. But yeah, it was a really nice way to play Lorcana, actually. Just you know, relaxing as a bunch of friends, but yeah, actually having a structured tournament to play as well. So yeah, thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I mean, thank you all guys for coming. You know, I don't know about you, but I just, yeah, I had a great day. I don't usually eat that many donuts and snacks, and yeah, it was just a full day of fun, kind of chilled Lorcana. It was, yeah, great day. I'll have to do it again sometime soon.
Absolutely.
Cool.
yeah, definitely. So before you go, what we will do is I have a little surprise that Glenn doesn't even know about. So for this surprise, I need to just flip this down here. We have some packs to open live on podcast.
Ooh.
Not just any packs.
No,
Set
they
one
are
Japanese.
Japanese.
Wow.
Cool.
Yes. So let's see.
Sending good vibes.
Yeah.
Sending good
Yeah.
opening vibes.
Pack
Now, these are
one.
different
So
because
we're
they tear
chasing
down the side, I
Rapunzel,
believe.
right?
I mean, Rapunzel. I mean, I'll take an enchanted Elsa, but you know,
Damn.
Rapunzel would be nice. I'm not going to lie.
So are they different foil packs? So they actually intentionally ripped down
Yeah,
the side, do they?
they're slightly larger. So the bit that folds over, you can see, is quite a bit bigger than the rest of it, and they tear down the side here.
Okay.
So there's like sorry, I'm trying to get the right angle for the camera. They tear down there. So yeah, Let's see what we get. So, try to do this backwards.
Yzma.
Scimitar or something like that. Can't remember exactly. Flounder.
Oh,
Everyone
God.
knows a flounder.
Epic rare.
Super Mickey.
Nice.
And a Ursula's shell?
Shell, yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know what that card
That's it.
does.
To be honest with you, I'm not going to be able to tell you. So, I'd love to be able to tell you, but unfortunately, I can't.
Well,
So there's six cards in a pack then, are there? And still two
Yes.
rare slots?
So no guaranteed. So I believe the way these work is you get the standard.
Genie.
So you get a common, and if this one is an uncommon, then your one behind will be uncommon or higher, and then your rest. Oh, Lady Tremaine, not bad.
Lady Tremaine.
Oh,
Oh, foil sudden chill. Oh,
nice.
baby.
Shiny.
That's a
Very nice.
Very shiny card.
That is very nice.
Yeah, you can tell by holding them the difference. They are slightly thicker compared to our ones. I don't know whether that bit down the side helps or not. I find they get stuck.
Maybe not. Ooh, Archimedes.
Okay. We have an Archimedes. Mickey Mouse. Nice card.
Nice card.
Yeah. Rafiki.
Rafiki, that's the one. Frying Pan. Hades.
Oh, Hades. Very nice. Oh,
Flounder.
Sebastian.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
As if I got that wrong.
Same franchise.
Yeah, close enough. So yeah, unfortunately, no Elsa, but we will still take it. We still got a sudden chill. So I will bring these. I'm going to bring these down to locals on Friday, and anyone that wants one, they can help themselves to a Japanese card for their collection. So I'll bring them down.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, thank you very much for coming on and talking us through your budget green purple deck. It's that's definitely an interesting one. I think at some point we are going to run through decks that we have on the podcast. So I think you were going to build the puppies deck, weren't you? So Glenn was going to do the puppies deck at some point. Maybe I'll build your green purple and we can give it a test run up against puppies and see how it does. So
yeah,
give it a go. Yeah.
And if anyone plays it, if anyone has a go, do let us know. Pop in the comments how you found it.
Yeah, let us know. And if you get on really badly, blame Chris, not us.
Nice.
Cool. So thanks, Chris.
So
thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Cool.
Jeez, I'll see you Friday with my Cusco whale.
You Cusco whale. Yeah, I can see it.
I'm thinking I might have to try the elephant in purple steel.
I was literally, as I was sitting, I was like, that is broken in steel. I was like, purple steel, that is so good. You could target your own card on it if you had to. So going on from there, we're actually going to be talking a little bit about the current meta, because obviously Chris brought us his green-purple deck, and unfortunately for him, it didn't make the meta share. So this is on Lorcana.gg, and this is basically the set 7 meta as it is currently from, I believe this is quite a lot of information and rounds, isn't it? It's taken from quite a lot of tournaments. This isn't a small section. So, but there is good news. It isn't just Sapphire Steel out there. There are other decks that are doing well and performing well.
It's great news because Amethyst Steel is up there. Amethyst Steel
It is a tier 1 deck.
It is alive. There's definitely a range of decks that you can play and potentially have success with at the moment. Really interesting, actually, to see that it isn't Sapphire Steel that is in number 1 place. It's actually Ruby Sapphire, which surprising may not be good to see that it's still dominating.
No, but I mean, when you look at it though, right? You look here, so you got Amethyst and Sapphire, so Blurple and Amber Steel. So together they make 9%.
Yeah.
But they've had 8 top 8. That's the same as Ruby Amethyst on
Yeah.
a 19% share. So the conversion rate of these top decks isn't as high as what it should be, you know, considering there's only 5% of the decks out there are playing Emerald Steel,
Yeah.
and 6 of them have made the top. As much as it may all seem blue and steel and blue and red, there are options out there, and people are making it to top cuts with other decks. And I think over, you know, set 7, by the time we're halfway through, maybe even just under halfway, I think we'll start seeing a few of these start to creep up, and as people start to learn how to counter these decks more. And my one at the minute, I think Amber Steel Song's going to be up there. I think that's going to be one of the very strong ones. But back to traditional Steel Song, not the diggy hole aggro style. I think traditional Steel Song could really be trouble, because when you look at Sapphire and Steel, the one thing they are going to struggle with is any steel that can outplay them, if that makes sense. So with Amber Steel, where you can constantly sing songs, they can do more damage quicker than what Sapphire Steel can. So I think it's good. It's good news, and I say your deck's up there. Your deck's up there. It's not dead. It's still there. You still got a chance. Okay, so going from obviously talking about the top meta and how it was, this was from our game at the weekend over at Chris's, where Ryan is showing us just how powerful not what I'm going to call a random deck, because that's the wrong way to describe this, but a rogue deck, something that you're not expecting, can really catch you out. Because in the first game and the second game, it was very first and third game, it was very standard red-blue control, managed to take the board. It wasn't really too much of an issue, whereas he hit the right cards at the right time, and this deck was an absolute nightmare for me. So on board here, he has the Lumiere, which gives all your other characters +1. As you see, I got up to 13 here. Donald Duck is currently sitting at a 10 strength. Alice gives everything else support. So now Donald can give Alice his strength, going up to 5 lore. Goofy, I believe it's when he challenges, he gives everything else +1. So he very, very quickly shuts this down, and I believe he actually ends it here from 7 lore.
Wow.
So yeah, it wasn't expected. I was like, well, I think I had B Prep and Sisu in hand. Sisu wasn't going to do much up against all this high strength, but B Prep could obviously wipe the board. I thought I had another turn, so I was going to get ready to sing Pirate's Life, then B Prep, and that should pretty much guarantee me the game. I'd quest for 3, 4, going up 17, Pirate's Life to 19, wipe the board, and then from there, there's no way really for him to come back. But yeah, I believe he's doing the maths now. Yeah, I believe we're talking this out together, and I was like, yeah, but this does that strength, and he's like, yeah, but I think Goofy, and I believe he does take a second, because this is a lot of maths to work out. But that's a plus.
So Goofy's
it's +10 because of the Lumiere.
Goofy's giving everything +1 lore, right?
Yeah, right? So now that quest for 2
adds it straight
gives
to
Alice. Then Alice quest for 6 now.
5 and then 6 because of the Goofy, right?
Yeah. Then Lumiere quest for a further 2.
Yeah.
And then to finish it, which he didn't need to do, Platinum Maximus. And Maximus, on the end of your turn, if you have a character 10 strength, he gains 5 lore. So he basically gained 5 the second he passed turn.
That is nuts.
So yeah, he didn't. I said to him,
in a turn. Well, more than 13.
Yeah, he went from 7 to 22. 15 lore in one turn.
So that's a mirror match, but not as we know it.
Yeah, it's a different style of red-blue mirror match, definitely. But yeah, it was a very interesting deck, and it caught me out. Like I say, I knew what to expect on game 3. But yeah, it was hard to counter. It was quite hard. Like I say, my deck's built with Sisu in mind to take out loads of low stuff with Coil, and when you don't have loads of low stuff to take out, it's quite interesting. The favourite text for this week is great. Now I'm the bad guy. So leave us a comment below, or drop us an email at the Uninkable Dads at outlook.com, and let us know who do you think says the following. Great. Now I'm the bad guy, and I'll give you a little hint. It is a book. So when you find the character, if you've come across what you believe is the right character and it has the book symbol, the chances are you're going to be right. So that is it for this week. We've had a good week. We've enjoyed having Chris on. It's been nice going through some of his green purple masterclass, and let us know obviously if you do enjoy his deck, if you do play it, and let us know how you get on with it. And
and if there are any other colour combinations you're interested to have us run through, or find a special guest who can master it for you, then do let us know, and we'll have a look at trying to build or talk through a combination or a specific sort of deck that you're interested in.
Yep, definitely. So as always, guys, it's time to roll up those playmats,
pack away the dice,
and remember, stay on ink.
Wait, don't go anywhere just as yet. The Gremlins really got in the machine this week and caused us a few issues, which is why we've had quite a short podcast, but the cameras kept rolling. Myself and Michael recapped the tournament that we'd had around Chris's, and we chatted through a few deck lists. So we've cut some of that content that we thought might actually be of interest. So if you want to carry on listening, just rattle on for a few more minutes. Please stay with us to the end. Back to the podcast.
You beat someone. Who did you beat then? Or did she get by? She probably won. She probably got the buy, didn't she? So no, she didn't. She didn't get by. So who did she get? She got. Oh, she beat me, did she? Muppet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, got beat my own daughter, as I got told by Lily and Millie when they were standing next to each other. Beaten by her own daughter. Oh. The thing was, it was even one of those ones as well. I couldn't even swallow my pride and be like, "Yeah, I'll let you win." I generally didn't. She just beat me. I was just like, "There's nothing I could do. You just outright beat me." You know, it is what it is. Right. And this was something I was going to show you actually. So this is a deck I've been working on for what I call, this is our local meta deck.
Right.
Because this won't do as well in standard play, but I think this could do quite well at ours. Because it's awkward, because the meta deck that I would run, and I'd run on Lorcana, I wouldn't dare take to our local, because it would just fold to aggro. So if I had aggro round one, that's it. That's me done for the game. All right. So in here you've got the Milan.
I'm having with the Ruby Amethyst build.
Yeah.
Because you can build a Ruby Amethyst deck now that I actually think is half decent.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to go quite location heavy. And so you can risk not having a character on board till turn 3. And against hyper aggro, you're just dead. That's
it. They play 2 daisies in this game, really, isn't it? So I went with something that was basically trying to go board presence at all times. So you've got Milan, Arna, and Smee. So as long as you can get Milan down or Bell off a popsicle, Arna's always going to trigger for 2 ink. Same as Smee. So that's a good start. Then you've got Alice to then start protecting things because you're still going to have Steel. Steel's still going to be an Armata. Then you've got Pete, Harim, and Tamside to bring back items. Item-wise, it's just the popsicle and Force Sphere, nothing else. Not trying to ramp, not trying to do anything special. It's just card draw. Play the popsicle Force Sphere, banish it with Bells to, do that. Banish it with Harim, whatever. Play the Tamside to get it back. 4 McDucks, because if I'm playing something like green purple and they put down like loads of 1 health stuff, I'm just going to slap a McDuck down and be like, well, I'm going to start questing away that way. And then 4 Strength, 4 Storm, 2 Zeus, 1 Let Go, 3 Grubber Sword, because there's a lot of Ward. There's at least 2 players that are playing heavily into Ward, so therefore these aren't going to do anything. At least Grubber Sword goes through it. then 2 Tink, and then I put in Miss Bianca, which is when you have an ally character down, you pay 2 less for her, which is when you have...
Right.
Yeah. When you have Pete's an ally, and Tink's an ally.
Smee's an ally.
Is that it?
Smee's an ally.
Smee. Okay, they're the only ones. Okay, that's slightly harder than I thought. But if you have a Smee down, she can come down turn 4. And I thought a 5/5 on turn 4 was always going to be quite powerful. So that then starts to deal with other things quite easily. That needs testing. Not sure. That might just turn into 4 Tinks. But it's still trying to stay more in ball control than it is don't care about the board, ramp to dime sort of thing. So
I think this can work. I need to play around with it a bit, but it's a lot of early doors against the like Sapphire stuff. Ferry Ship is really good because of the 4 strength, and because Coil and whatever does nothing to it, obviously. And then you drop in Diablos and Cuscos, and the same, fine, get rid of them. It's not really a problem, I'm going to draw a card. And then Queen of Hearts. So I'm trying to build around her a bit more because, say, if you can crab her, then she's great because she's a 4/4 that can challenge on turn 3. And then once she's taken damage, she stays a 4/4 for the next turn. But if not, she's a bit pants. So I put Teeth and Ambitions in there.
yeah, nice.
You could teeth her to take something small out, and then she's a 4/4 to challenge. And then Dragonfire's back. So you just got to have something to take.
Just straight out removal.
Yeah. So I think it can work. And I put, because the ladies weren't really working, Tremaine is not good enough because people can get 2 characters on board quite easily. Take something. And there's too much high strength stuff for Medusa to be any good. So I thought, well, stick a Yzma in there. At worst, you can.
Yeah, I can see that. The elephant could work quite well in this, especially with Teeth and Ambitions. You can just use it as a target for Teeth, and then next turn remove that 2 damage from Teeth as well.
Because I don't like the genie. I put the genie in there just because I was trying to.
I mean, if you got 4 rabbit, then you should be fine. 4 rabbit, you got Queen's Castle in there.
There's loads of draw, right? Because you got Cusco.
Yeah, you got Cusco, you got Chernobog, you got Diablo. Yeah. Maybe 2 genie for 2 for 2 elephant. Try that.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely try the elephant in there.
Elephant's inkable as well, isn't it? So that bring your uninkable count down to 9, which was nice.
Yeah.
Do you then, if you can get your inkable count down to 9, do you then drop a brawl and go 3 brawl, 3 Dragonfire?
Or maybe. Yeah, could do.
Because brawl's good, but without ice block or something like that, it can get stuck in your hand.
Hitting selected targets. Right? Yeah, I could look at that. I'll give it a try with that.
Ruby Amethyst on life support. Love it.
Yeah, it's live, just. But it might catch some people out. That's the thing.
Oh yeah,
that's
definitely.
Why I'm thinking, I'm probably not thinking of like bringing it on Friday or anything, but I can keep testing and playing with it, and if I could think it start working, it's the sort of thing to keep my eye on for set champs.
Yeah.
Because if I can get it working and I'm comfortable with it, it might be a deck that people have started to write off. So they're not really looking out for it when you come to
And then when you do play it, people go, "Oh, Ruby Amethyst. Oh, okay. Well, that's this, and this." And then,
No, it's a different version. Yeah.
So, as always, guys, it's time to roll up those playmats.
Pack away the dice.
And remember, stay uninkable.
See you
next
next time.